I never thought I'd get excited over a Rambler, but this car is just
cool?
It's past cool. It's just the baby seat, the baskets, the roof rack, and the luggage.
If you love classic cars, you definitely would have seen or at least heard of Chasing Classic Cars. The show is an American documentary series on the Discovery Channel and is produced by Clint Stinchcomb. As the name implies, Chasing Cars is really all about chasing classic cars. The premise of the show is that there are thousands of abandoned classic cars all over the United States, and someone, presumably Wayne Carini, the show's presenter, has to do that. Chasing Classic Cars, in essence, follows the efforts of Wayne Carini as he goes all across America looking for abandoned classic cars, fixing them up, and auctioning them off for a profit. Or at least that's what the show leads us to believe. Like most car shows of its kind, the appeal of Chasing Classic Cars lies in three things. The first is the charisma of the hosts or presenters. The second is in the drama between the host and other members of the cast. And the third is in the cars themselves. Chasing Classic Cars scores decent marks in all these categories. Carini is a pretty charismatic host, and he has the one-of-a-kind mechanic Roger Barr right with him. The cars the duo fix up are usually extraordinary finds too. In fact, there are many cars on the shows that literally make their television debut on the show. Whenever Carini and Barr gets a classic car to fix, you definitely know the car is absolutely no joke. However, for a while, fans of the show have wondered about Barr. He's not been on recent episodes of the show, and the Discovery Channel has not said a lot about his absence. In fact, there are many who are already peddling rumors that he's dead, which is false, we hope. These rumors have confused fans for a while, but in this video, we'll give you a complete update about Barr. We'll be talking about where he's been, what he's doing, and why he has not been chasing classic cars for a while. The reason why Roger Barr has not been on Chasing Classic Cars is that he had an awful accident. The accident was a pretty serious one, and Barr was hospitalized for it. Barr got in an accident when he was working at F40 Motorsports. The accident got him infected, and that infection led to hospitalization. And here is where it gets complicated. This recent infection would not be Barr's first rodeo with infection. His leg has been infected once before August 2017. He was also hospitalized during that period, but he managed to recover and return to work around November 2017. Everyone believed that would be Barr's last bout with infection, but they were sorely wrong. When Barr got injured again, the bacterial infection that got him hospitalized in 2017 simply returned once more. Now, Barr may look fit and sharp in Chasing Classic Cars. We mean, he looks like he's not a day over 70 or even 65. However, Barr is 82, and while Barr may be able to look like a fit 70-year-old, it is almost impossible to trick your body into thinking you're significantly younger than you truly are. In any case, the bacterial infection did not return to find a fit 60-year-old. Instead, it found an 82-year-old who had been weakened by injury. This made the infection agonizing and simply meant that Barr could no longer film for Chasing Classic Cars. In April of 2018, Barr tried to communicate to his fans through Facebook. His official page, which was run by his wife and son, displayed an image saying that they were having issues with the page and we were working on making it better. Later that month, a GoFundMe account was set up for $10,000 to pay for his medical expenses. That goal was reached, and Barr was able to get all the help he needed to stay alive and fight off the infection. Right now, he has recovered from the infection and was even able to pin a personal thank you to all his fans from his official Facebook account. Week after week, Barr got even stronger and was able to help fix his wife's snow tires. Since he was in his 80s, he was not able to stay as fit as he was before the injury, infection, and hospitalization. After the entire ordeal with his injury and infection, Barr expected to be told when to return to work. He expected to be informed about the filming schedule for Chasing Classic Cars and report for the next season. However, no letter ever came. There was no call, no text, no message, nothing. Barr then decided to text the showrunners and ask them when he was supposed to resume work. He knew that the show was yet to be canceled, which meant that he should still have a job. The next letter he received in the mail, though, told him in no uncertain terms that that was simply not true. The notice he got in the mail informed him that he had been involuntarily terminated. But that was not the only incredible thing about the whole saga. After Barr's treatment, a lot of his fans started to wonder why he had to raise money publicly to get the treatment he deserved. Some even said that he was a millionaire based on his appearances in Chasing Classic Cars. To put those rumors to rest, Barr told the world that he had not earned a single penny from chasing classic cars. All he was paid to do was repair cars, and that was all he did. The owners of the show and the Discovery Channel paid him no money for it. Barr said that he currently works to put food on his table and a roof over the head of his family. To make matters worse, Barr said that the show was even owing him money. According to him, a lot of the tools in the workshop are his and he would be contacting a lawyer to get those tools back. Of course, this entire situation is a bit silly, because Barr was not just some minor and ultimately irrelevant part of counting classic cars. He was an important member of the cast, and even Carini has once argued that no one would watch the show without Barr being on it. It's even more extraordinary when you consider just how close Carini and Barr are, or used to be. Carini met Barr when he was just 10 years old. His dad ran an auto body shop at the time, and Barr was a local foreign cars mechanic. Legend says that when Barr needed the body of a car done, he would always bring it to Carini's dad, and when Carini Sr. wanted a foreign car fix, he would bring it to Barr. The last extraordinary thing about this move to neglect Barr was the fact that it happened just when chasing classic cars was becoming quite popular. It is a move that fans of the show will never really understand. Barr, from all accounts, was not a nuisance on set and got along with most people. The show's popularity was rising and there was no contract problems. After all, they were not paying Barr and probably a host of other staff. Perhaps the most annoying thing about the entire episode was the fact that many bloggers and content creators argued that Barr was worth $1.3 million. Of course, they based this figure on the assumption that the Discovery Channel paid Barr, but since they did not, they were off the correct figure for a few light years. The situation with chasing classic cars, however, does not mean that Barr has chosen to retire to a home somewhere. He might no longer be chasing classic cars, but he's certainly still capable of working. Right now, Barr works as an expert technician at the Paddock's Classic Cars, which opened in 2020. The owner of the company is a gentleman named Michael Donnelly, and he's a huge fan of Barr. And that just sounds right. There's hardly anyone in the classic car space who would have seen a single episode of Chasing Classic Cars and not fallen in love with Barr's mannerisms. When Barr accepted the job, the guys at the Paddock's Classic Cars were so happy that they released certain articles to the press about how Barr had chosen to work for them. In those articles, Barr's boss praised him for being an exemplary employee. He also praised Barr's genius and said that the man was a walking encyclopedia of knowledge about classic cars. According to Barr, he really could not have gotten a better job if he wanted. He even called working at the company heaven. And why not? The job had everything Barr was looking for. It had really old cars, co-workers who loved and respected him, and a boss who valued him. Besides, the job was not nearly as stressful as filming for Chasing Classic Cars. So, if you're wondering where Roger Barr is, the only right answer is that he's having the time of his life, and that answer should be good enough for us.